Peace and blessings, good people. Excuse me, I apologize. Peace, good people. I hope everybody having a wonderful, blessed evening. As usual, you know, we just coming in here trying to share information, trying to spark the interest of the minds of people enlighten. I'm joined this evening by my brother, Entertainment. Go ahead and say something to the people, bro, before we get going.
Peace, my good people. Levitate your mind and your way of thinking. Let's get out this systematic way of thinking, man. All love.
Real talk, bro. Appreciate the shout and the love coming through. Y'all know they've been trying to mess with my brother, you know what I'm saying, because of that info that he dropped. So, you know, the movement will not stop. United Intellectual Consortium, that's what we are, you know what I'm saying? United minds coming together, continuing to try to push the message. But we're going to keep it going. As we get going, you see the title of the message this evening. I just wanted to open up for a minute and address the issue before I get into the clip, because it's been a lot going on and I get addressed and talked to from a lot of different people. So I just wanted to make aware that this is definitely not about reverse racism or black power. You know what I'm saying? The videos that I share and the information that I share is merely just an attempt to shed light on the issues that we trying so hard to keep in the dark. I just try to bring to light the issues. We have a sickness in our society, a sickness going on in our community, and there's a lot of chaos and confusion happening around us, and I'm trying to address the roots. So I'm trying to shine the light on the issue, and instead of putting a band-aid on it and act like it doesn't exist. And so, like I say, this is not a reverse racism when I'm showing videos and I'm trying to highlight the differences in race and the differences, the way that people are treated or acted upon. What we're trying to do actually is get people to see and understand the differences that appear between us and how racism is actually a learned response. You know what I'm saying? It is a learned response that is embedded deep in the psychology of who we are. It affects us all at different levels, just depending on our understanding. So as we get into this clip, I want you to hear what's going on, and then we'll dialogue about the clip, all right?
Opened up about the racism she faced during her time in the White House. According to the Denver Post, Obama sat down for a conversation with the Women's Foundation of Colorado Tuesday. Becoming the first black first lady, and what insults cut the deepest. Obama said, quote, "The shards that cut me the deepest were the ones that intended to cut." She talked specifically about people comparing her to animals and criticizing her body, including this face for the 2016 election from a West Virginia county director that said, quote, "It will be so refreshing to have a classy, beautiful, dignified first lady back in the White House. I'm tired of being an ape in heels." And President Trump backer Carl Palladino was caught on camera telling the former first lady to go back to Africa. And a Spanish language news anchor on live TV said Obama looks like a character from one of the Planet of the Apes movies. Michelle Obama said, quote, "Knowing that after 8 years of working really hard for this country, people who won't see me for what I am because of my skin color."
Wow. About that, bruh?
Man, all I gotta say is sad, man, because how they play with our minds mentally, and how is people out here that really got these type of thoughts, man, because of the psychological programming, man. It's really deep and it's sad, you know what I'm saying? That we out here actually thinking like this of other people simply based off things that's been programmed, things that's not even really doesn't matter, like color and race. That was something put in place to keep us away from the bigger issue and who really running stuff. And I ain't gonna really get into reptilians and other beings. I ain't gonna get into that. Go ahead, bro. I was finna get to going, man.
Hey, that's what we here, man, is to drop information to shed light. You got an echo going in your background, bro.
I do.
Yeah, yes, sir. But yeah, man. See, the reason why this is important, man, and people got to understand what we're saying is because she's describing the experience that she had, and we seeing right there, you know, we had one guy on live TV say she looked like a character from Planet of the Apes. Another guy publicly said, go back to Africa. You know what I'm saying? She continued to face, you know, there's no telling what she may have experienced or seen behind the scenes. And this is why this is important, because like you say, this is an experience of an everyday struggle color within this country. And it's different levels depending on the perspective. Some people endure it as though we've become so acclimated to it, so accustomed to it, that some people just accept it and just say, hey, that's just the way it is, and that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And we've accepted it, and that's why I say it's a learned behavior. It's just like on the video I got on the channel where we talked about the Dial study, and I actually showed a video of the little girls. If you remember, the black little girl, when she looked at herself and said, I don't like my skin because it's icky, and Anderson Cooper asked her, well, what do you mean? She didn't really have an answer to explain. And this is what we're talking about. A child that unconsciously develops an understanding that says, I don't like my skin color because it's icky, but white is good. And this is what she said, a little girl that had no understanding. So what we're talking about is how that unconscious development, that unconscious reasoning, should I say, becomes a part of her development as she grows up. So the experiences that she begins to face and endure because of differences in her color, you know what I'm saying? She begins to accept that this is where black is bad. It's ugly. It's not good. So this is how I'm supposed to be treated. So she begins to accept the demoralizing treatment, or you know what I'm saying? She accepts it because she believes that this is normal. This is what it's supposed to be because of the unconscious program. And this is why we grow up and we hate ourselves. And when I say hate ourselves, we don't realize we hate ourselves. But if you can go out and kill your brother, kill your sister, or allow someone to kill your brother, kill your sister, disrespect your brother, disrespect your sister, it's only because you don't see the value in yourself. And this is what we're talking about. So we have the first lady of the White House for her experiences, and we got a whole world that's trying to say racism don't exist. Y'all just had a president in the White House. Get over it, black people, quit crying. And this is why it's important to highlight it. You see, I brought up this news article, bro. Go ahead if you wanted to hit something before I get that article. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, like I said,
bro. No, I had muted my mic because you said I was echoing. But no,
are you good? You good?
This your show, run it, bro. You good? I'm gonna chime in.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to hit this part because as we just discussed that, now here's an article regarding of Michelle talking about. Now this is Stacey Dash. And that's why this was important as well, because what we just talked about, ourself, the self-hate. Now, this is a black woman. We all know Stacey Dash and the things that she's been known to have said and done. You know what I'm saying? And that's why this is important, because she's really on an island by herself. She be accepted in a world that doesn't really understand. And we're not saying that she needs to be hated. And we're not saying that, see, like I say, this is to highlight the issues. So this is not to say it's black against white, but it is to say that there's a significant difference in how we're treated. And we need those that are bullying us, so to say, to acknowledge that there's been some bullying going on. So, you know, there can be some apologies and healing so we can get better going forward. See, I have no hate. I have no grudges or animosity for those that have done things to my ancestors. It's already over and done. I can't get over that. But going forward, man, we got to acknowledge what's going on and deal with it. So I ain't mean to get off, but Stacey Dash, like I say, this is her blog in regards to it. Put up about the actor James Woods. James Woods eviscerates Michelle Obama's whining about her struggles as first lady. So this is a sister. He has endured and suffered some of the same things that definitely, if the first lady have suffered it, I'm sure Stacey have suffered it as well. But because she doesn't see the value or understand who she is, she accepts it. Accepts it. Those that want to sweep it under the rug in the darkness like it don't exist, they want to use her to put in the front to say, y'all black people quit using a race card, quit complaining, quit whining. But like I say, there's a group of people out here who the doors have been closed on, who opportunity have been shut down on. You know what I'm saying? Who have lost privileges and rights due to no reason other than the color of their skin. And now we got the actor James Woods coming to his tweet. He pretty much said to her, man, you know, you riding around on private jets, and you know what I'm saying? You getting to you know, you got security and you riding in private jets. You the first lady and you doing it all on the taxpayers' dime. What you crying about? This is the mentality that we dealing with out here. This the mentality that we up against, you know what I'm saying, in regards to people not wanting to acknowledge that's going on between the community out here. And like I say, this ain't about, hey man, look how the white people treating us, man, this time. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is the difference. And please acknowledge that it exists so we can get better and move on. That's what the Procter & Gamble commercial was about. If you were seeing it, the Procter & Gamble commercial was about an acknowledgement doing. And that's how you heal. You heal by going to the root of the issue and acknowledging it, by saying, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Not by saying, oh man, what you talking about? I don't know what you talking about, man. You complaining, you making up stuff, man. You making excuses, bro.
Man, bro, I'm telling, hey, if we don't come together and realize, man, this is what our kids gonna have to be dealing with too. This psychological program. You gotta break. We up against a force that's so strong because they've been honing energy, and they've been doing certain practices and rituals and all this type of stuff to conjure certain stuff that the masses ain't even aware about, or they think is fictional, which is not. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff going on that we need to start just realizing. If we don't come together, we ain't got no chance in fighting it. It's certain, exactly. It's certain people that know about it, but all separately, we can't do nothing. Look at all the organizations that they done took down. Every single one. Whole army. Sir. That's why, but if we all, everybody, see, we need these people, the celebrities, the government. Yeah. We need them to realize, look, y'all slaves too, man. Y'all got to fight the elite. If we don't all go against the elite, we ain't going to be nothing but slaves. Like, ain't none of y'all, the bankers, y'all ain't tired of being slaves too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The thing to think about, the picture I like to paint is to remember the different, and remember I said it before. This is why I say it's we just trying to shed light, because what people have to understand is that when they freed us black people, you know what I'm saying, free us, because it wasn't about freeing, it was about more enslavement. That you know, when they freed us in 1868, they actually enslaved everybody.
Exactly.
And that's where the Social Security and Federal Reserve comes into play. So now it don't matter what your color is. Everybody is registered as a commodity. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is a citizen to the corporate United States of America. And so that's why, like you say, we got to understand that we trying to shed light on an issue, because if we continue to fight each other over race, and if we continue to fight each other, you know what I'm saying, over petty differences, you know what I'm saying, race, religion, creed, and color, height, and sexuality, if we continue to fight over the simple things that they use to keep us divided, then guess what? We continuing to allow their plan to go forward, because they sitting back, steady keeping us fighting, while with their right hand, while the left hand has got a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, plan going on that they trying to get into play, hoping that we don't wake up before they get their plan done. And that's why we trying to get people to wake up before the plan goes into play. There's not a coincidence in what is happening right now around the world. North Korea, Iran, Syria, Russia, China, you know what I'm saying? Iraq, as well as just with the banking system, with what's going on with the money, what's going on with the microchips, what's going on between Muslim and Christian. None of this stuff is coincidence. It is all strategically planned, and they wrote it out on paper. They wrote it out on paper, you know what I'm saying? Saying what they were going to do, how they were going to do, and why they were going to do. And so, like I say, our whole purpose in all of this is just merely to shed light that is destroying the body, which is our country. You know what I'm saying? And we all are going to suffer alike. You know what I'm saying? We all going to suffer the same fate. It's not, you know, can't recreate a whole world of just black and, you know what I'm saying, white people. You can't create a world of just white. We all, you know what I'm saying, bleed the same. We all exist on the same plane together. So we have to learn how to coexist. You know what I'm saying? And we have to learn to put petty differences aside. And as a black person, though, there is a very despairing difference in treatment. And that's why I continue to do the videos that I do, trying just to shed light on the information. Like I say, not about black power, like, yeah, black power, black. No, I'm trying to shed light to get those that won't acknowledge and understand.
Exactly. That's the whole point, bro. Because it's like strength is always in numbers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at first I was all, man, black power all the way, man. Forget these white people. I don't. I'm still. I got.
I still am loving.
I'm melanin all day, but
no doubt.
Like, man, we fighting against a force. We ain't fighting against.
Yeah,
because that's stupid. That they using that in order to control us. Because once you begin to dig deep into the knowledge and understand this and understand that, you know, they using that to control us. So we gotta understand. Because I see, look, this is why I say I'm black power, but at the same time, I understand and I got the knowledge to know that me and white people are both victims to the same thing. So it ain't like, oh man, they've been doing this and doing that. They've been getting duped their whole life too, thinking they superior. So they go through the same stuff we go through, the mental warfare. You know what I'm saying? The physical slavery, the economic slavery. The white people go through it too. The black people not the only ones going through the mental and the physical. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And I'm glad you said that, bro, because since we live on air, I definitely want to not get my words mixed. So I'm glad you said that, because that's the thing. Like, I'm black power all day, in the sense that that's what this is about, liberating my people. And I can't get away from who I am. But what I'm saying is, as like what you just said, as I grow in my knowledge and understanding, I realize that hate is not the answer, and that, you know what I'm saying, the Caucasian most likely have suffered system of the system of manipulation affects everybody. In that video about the dial test, bro, there's also, you know, there's different colors of children on there. So we talk about, and that's what we talk about. It's a learned behavior. You know what a racist mentality comes from? The skinhead. The skinhead, his perspective is developed because the system teaches him privilege. Doesn't care about none of us. But it comes into the real world. He has to suffer, like you said, economic lack and suffering and poverty. He living in the trailer park, you know what I'm saying? Which is the white people's project, so to say. And so while he's living in the project, you know what I'm saying, in the trailer park, he's seeing the same disparaging differences that we see. But now, because he's been taught privilege, he just believes when he see a black person now riding a Mercedes or a BMW, he just looking at him like, oh, if it weren't for him, I would have my job. And then because now he taught that affirmative action, you know, was why we got a job, because of affirmative action. So Now he grows up and he's struggling in the system. He don't, because the system told him white is right, he don't have nobody else to blame but us. Hateful and picks up this Nazi skinhead mentality because he, you know, he runs into some friends that tells him, yeah, you know, the niggers is the reason that the world is messed up. And this is where Dylan Roof comes from, you know, where he says you're raping our women and, you know, destroying our world. That's where this mentality is developed. So what I'm saying is it's not innate. They're not born. It's not an innate nature. You know what I'm saying? It's developed. That response. That it's a response that they learn because of what they've been taught in the system. Exactly. About what the ideals that we pick up without even being aware that we picked them up. There are white people that will swear you up and down that they are not racist and don't have a racist point of view. But I promise you, if put in the proper situation, their racism will come out exponentially. There's men, I know guys who have sworn up and down to not be racist until their daughter got old enough to start dating from a black dude, and you saw exactly how racist daddy was. And that's all we saying. It ain't about you hating niggers and wanting to kill black people, but it's about you turning a blind eye to the difference that you see. It's you turning on your TV and watching Trayvon Martin get gunned down within a 3-second span, and then not speaking out and acting like it was right and justified. It's watching Philando Castile get gunned down for no reason in the car, and then police to walk and not standing up and say nothing. That's what it is. It's not that you just hate white or black people. It's the fact that this despairing difference that we as black people have to face and suffer in this country, you know what I'm saying, and even in other countries, but definitely in this country, where we have to suffer until it's acknowledged, you know what I'm saying, we're going to continue to be angry, and there's not going to be able to be any healing between any of us. We need more Tim Wises. We need more Jane Elliott's, you know what I'm saying? We need those that are willing to acknowledge the truth of the system and how it affects all of us so that we can begin to grow up in here, man. And that's all we're trying to do, is bring to light the differences that exist between us and how they were created by this system. I was finna say the wrong word. I'm trying to not cuss too much, but I hate the system. The things that were created by this system. And that's why color can't matter, because we got just as many enemies that are black as we do white. Just like when you become conscious and aware and you real deal act like you know some truth, we got just as many allies that have been white. There have been white people through history that if they had not played an intricate part, we would not even be in the position that we are in. I'm not talking about, yeah, if they wouldn't heal, we wouldn't have never been oppressed in the first place. No, but since we have been oppressed, in order to break free from the oppressor, the only way we have gotten to the position that we've gotten to is that there have been white people that have officiated and assisted in our progress and growth. And I'm not going to discredit them nor say that that's not don't exist. Just like I know the Black Panthers, Malcolm X, and numerous others no longer exist because of other blacks. Say, oh, because you black, you in the... No, I judge the spirit by the spirit. You got to see the man, know the man, and determine your nature. And that's why we talk about what we talking about. Because again, we trying to get people to acknowledge. So for those that want to turn the blind eye and keep in the dark, like I say, this is Stacey Dash's page that we were looking at here. And so that's another black woman speaking against Michelle Obama as well. So like I say, this ain't about color. To acknowledge truth, who wants to deal with truth and who wants to get in the process of healing and growth and come together and form real community so that we can begin the process of building and separating and tearing down this corrupt system.
Real talk, bro. Real talk. The time is not. If you don't understand the time, yeah, you lost. Yeah, you lost.
Yes, sir. Well, I tell you what, good people. Definitely appreciate those that took the time out to listen. I hope we said something that was thought-provoking, something that could at least spark the interest and start the dialogue. Comments, I'd be more than happy to respond as soon as possible. Like, share, subscribe, please. Help keep the movement going, help keep the message going. You got anything else for the people, brother?
Nah, man, you hit it all. We hit it all, man. Just trying to spread that positive energy and that love, and like you said, that spark to get that awakening, man, to get that psychological hold uplifted, man, so we can understand, man, the time is now for us to come together. That's the point. That's the whole point of this, man. All love and peace to the people.
That's it, my brother. Again, J Free IC, Enlightened Perspective, Entertainment, United Intellectual Consortium. As always, peace, love, blessings, and light. Ashe. 100.